Students, today we are going to study Thales theorem, or we can say basic proportionality theorem. Okay, so today we are going to study Thales theorem or basic proportionality theorem. So what is the statement of this theorem? If a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle to intersect the other two sides in distinct points, the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. Okay, so I am repeating the statement again. If a line is drawn parallel to one side of a triangle to intersect the other two sides in distinct points, the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. This is the statement of Thales theorem, or we can say basic proportionality theorem. So I am going to start. So solution: given a triangle ABC, so I have taken a triangle ABC in which DE, so this is the DE, is drawn parallel to side BC. So this is the side DE which is drawn parallel to side BC. Okay, intersects other two sides AB and AC at D and E respectively. So this DE which is drawn parallel to side BC, it intersects other two sides. Other two sides of the triangle are AB and AC. Okay, so this DE intersects the other two sides, AB at point D and AC at point E. Okay, so this DE line which is parallel to BC line is intersecting the other two sides. It is intersecting the AB side at point D and AC side at point E. Okay, so it is intersecting the AC at point E. Now what we want to prove in this question? So the to prove part in this question is the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. So other two sides are AB and AC. Now we want to prove in this question that these two sides are divided in the same ratio. Now what does this mean in the same ratio? It means AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC. Okay, so the other two sides are divided in the same ratio. It means AD upon DB is equal to AE upon AC. Okay, so this is what we want to prove in this question or in this theorem. So for this construction, we shall make some construction. Okay, so in the construction, join BE. So this is the point B. I am going to join this point B with the point E. Okay, join BE CD. As we have joined B with E, similarly we will join C with D. This is the construction part of this theorem. Okay, next is and through E. So this is E. Okay, and through E draw EF. So through E draw EF. So this is the EF. Okay, through E draw EF perpendicular on AB. So this is the AB, and I have drawn EF perpendicular on AB through the E point. Okay, and through D, so this is the D, draw DG perpendicular on AC. So this is the AC, and I have drawn DG perpendicular on AC. Okay, so I am repeating the construction part again. First, I have joined this point B with the point E, and after this I have joined this point C with the point D, and after that I have taken a perpendicular through EF which is perpendicular on AB, and similarly I have taken a perpendicular through D which is DG. So DG is perpendicular on AC. Okay, this is the construction part of this theorem, which is Thales theorem. Now this is the proof. Okay, so I am going to start the proof. So in the proof, first of all, consider triangles ADE and triangle DBE. So students, please see the triangle. This is the triangle ADE. Okay, this is the triangle ADE and triangle DBE. So this is the triangle DBE. Okay, this is the triangle ADE and this is the triangle DBE. Okay, DBE and ADE. Now we know the area of triangle is equal to 1/2 base into height. Okay, so the formula to calculate the area of any triangle is equal to 1/2 base into height. Okay, so 1/2 we are going to calculate the area of triangle ADE. Okay, so area of triangle ADE is equal to 1/2 base. So here in this case you can see the perpendicular EF is on AD. Okay, so in this triangle this perpendicular EF is on AD. It means AD is the base of this triangle ADE. Okay, so AD is the base of this triangle ADE. Okay, and now this EF is representing the height of the triangle. Please see here, this AD is the base of triangle ADE, and this EF is the height of this triangle ADE. Okay, so 1/2 base means AD and height means EF. Okay, now we shall take the area of triangle DBE. Okay, this is the triangle DBE, and we shall calculate the area of triangle DBE. Okay, 1/2 base into height. So what 1 by 2 and base is dB. Okay. So here in the triangle DBE, the base is dB. Okay. Now please see here. Notice I have taken the height of triangle DBE as EF. Please see carefully. This EF is not coming inside this triangle DBE. Okay. Besides of that, I have taken this EF as the height of this triangle DBE. So what is the logic or what is the reason behind this? Please see here. I have drawn the triangle DBE. Okay, so this is the triangle DBE and I have drawn that triangle here. Okay, to understand why I have taken EF as the height of this triangle DBE, instead of that EF is not coming inside this triangle. Okay, so please see here in this triangle DBE, you can see this looks like an obtuse triangle. Okay, this triangle looks like an obtuse triangle. Okay, so this is an obtuse triangle, and in the obtuse triangle we can't measure or we can't take the height of the triangle inside the triangle. Okay, please notice this, we can't take the height of obtuse triangle inside the obtuse triangle. Okay, so for taking the height, I have taken a perpendicular from the point E, and I have taken or I have extended this base DB, and I have taken EF perpendicular on the extended or produced base DB. Okay, so this EF is representing the height of this obtuse triangle. Okay, I am repeating again, we can't take or we can't measure the height of an obtuse triangle inside the triangle. Okay, so for that we have to take the height outside the triangle. Okay, so for taking the height, we have to take the perpendicular outside the obtuse triangle. Okay, so I have taken the perpendicular outside the obtuse triangle. So this is the perpendicular EF, and here you can see this is the extended or produced base DB. So here I hope now it is clear to all of you that why I have taken this EF as the height of this triangle DBE. Instead of that, EF is not coming inside this triangle. Okay, so 1 by 2 dB, which is the base, and EF, which is the height of this triangle DBE. Okay, so after this, taking the ratio of both the areas, area of triangle ADE in the numerator and area of triangle BDE in the denominator, so is equal to 1 by 2 AD multiplied by EF upon 1 by 2 DB multiplied by EF. 1 by 2 will be cut with 1 by 2, and this EF will be cut with this EF. Okay, now area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle BDE is equal to AD upon DB. Okay, so name this as equation number 1. Okay, so area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle BDE is equal to AD upon DB, and name this as equation number 1. Similarly, by considering triangles ADE and triangle CDE, so now I am taking this triangle ADE and now I am taking this triangle CDE. First case, in this case I have taken this triangle ADE and this triangle DBE. Now I am taking this triangle ADE and this triangle CDE. Okay, similarly, by considering triangles ADE and triangle CDE, area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle CDE is equal to, so first of all, area of triangle ADE 1 by 2. Now we are taking the base as AE. Why we are taking the base AE? Because now we are taking the height as DG. Okay, on which side the perpendicular is drawn, that side is called base of that triangle. Okay, so in this case you can see here we are taking this DG as the height of this triangle ADE. So according to that, this perpendicular or this height is drawn on the AE. That's why this AE will become the base of the triangle ADE. Okay, so area of triangle ADE 1 by 2 base is AE. Okay, this is the base because now the perpendicular DG is drawn on this. Okay, and after this, base is AE and height is DG. Okay, this perpendicular is representing the height of this triangle ADE. Okay, so 1 by 2 base AE and height DG. Okay, area of triangle CDE, 1 by 2 base. Now base is EC. Okay, area of triangle CDE is equal to 1 by 2 base is EC. Okay, and height is DG. The same logic whatever we have used here, the same logic applies in this triangle. So I have drawn this triangle CDE. Here you can see this is the point C, this is the point E, and this is the point D. So I have drawn here this triangle, and whatever logic we have used in this triangle for taking the height, the same logic applied in this triangle. Okay, this is also an obtuse triangle, so we can't take the height of an obtuse triangle inside the obtuse triangle, so we have to take the height outside the obtuse triangle. And now this DG is representing the height of this obtuse triangle, and I have extended or produced the base EC. Okay, so this is the reason why I have taken the base as EC and the height DG, because you can see here, okay. So 1 by 2 base EC and height is DG, okay. Now similarly, as 1 by 2 will be cut with this 1 by 2 and EF cut with this EF, the same here 1 by 2 will be cut with 1 by 2 and DG will be cut with this DG, okay. 1 by 2 cut with this 1 by 2 and DG will be cut with this DG, okay. Now therefore area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle CDE, area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle CDE is equal to AE in the numerator and EC in the denominator. Name this as equation number 2. Students, please see these two lines carefully. Since two triangles BDE, this is the triangle BDE, and triangle CDE are on the same base DE and between the same parallels DE and BC, okay. I'm repeating, since two triangles BDE and CDE are on the same base, which is DE, and between the same parallels DE and BC, therefore area of triangle BDE is equal to area of triangle CDE. This is the property of triangles I have used here. What is the statement of this property of triangles? This property states that if two triangles are on the same base and they are in between the same parallels, then the area of one triangle is equal to the area of second triangle, okay. So here the triangle DBE and triangle CDE are on the same base, which is DE, okay, and they are in between the same parallels DE and BC, okay. These two triangles are on the same base, which is DE, and these two triangles are in between the same parallels, which are DE and BC. So according to this property, the area of triangle DBE is equal to the area of triangle CDE, okay. So using that property of triangles, we can say that area of triangle DBE is equal to area of triangle CDE, okay. Name this as equation number 3rd. So from 1 and 3rd. So students, please see here in the equation number 1, okay. So from the equation number 3rd, you can see the area of triangle BDE is equal to area of triangle CDE. So I can replace this area of triangle BDE with the area of triangle CDE, okay. So according to 3rd, or using the 3rd, I can write here as area of triangle CDE in place of area of triangle BDE, okay. So from 1 and 3rd, area of triangle ADE in the numerator, it is same, and upon area of triangle CDE, so I have replaced this area of triangle BDE with the area of triangle CDE using 3rd equation, okay, is equal to, the right hand side is same, AD upon DB, okay. So name this as equation number 4. So this is the equation number 4. Area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle CDE is equal to AD upon DB. This is the equation number 4, okay. Now therefore from 2 and 4, okay, from 2 and 4, so this is the equation number 4 and this is the equation number 2, okay. So please see here, students, in the equation number 2 and equation number 4, this left hand side area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle CDE is same in both the equations, okay. This left hand side is same in both the equations. Area of triangle ADE upon area of triangle CDE is here, and the same is here in the equation number 4, okay. The left hand side of equation number 2 and equation number 4 is same, okay. It means the right hand side of both these equations should be same, because the left hand side is same in both the equations. It means the right hand side of these two equations, equation number 2 and equation number 4, should be same. It means therefore from 2 and 4, AD upon DB, which is the right hand side of equation number 4, is equal to AE upon EC, which is the right hand side of equation number 2, okay. So therefore from 2 and 4, AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC. Why? Because left hand side of these two equations, equation number 2 and 4, is same. So according to that, we can write the right hand side of both these equations, equation number 2 and equation number 4, equal, okay. So AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC. This proves Thales theorem. This proves Thales theorem. This is what we want to prove in this theorem, which is Thales theorem. AD upon DB is equal to AE upon EC, okay. This is what we want to prove in this Thales theorem, okay. Thank you.